And we're live. Hi everyone. I'm Katie Silverwings. I'm a glassblower and textile artist currently studying at the University for Creative Arts in Farnham in the UK, and currently studying from my house because, well, insert global situation here. We all know about it. There's no need to discuss it. But since I'm home, I am working on my essays, my digital submissions of all my major project stuff, which is what I've been doing all day, is staring at the essay that I'm writing and trying to get it to sort out to where I can meet my word count, which is taking forever. But I've reached a point in the day where I can stop and do some patchwork for a while, so I am back to live streaming and doing some patchwork. It seems like I've got a bit of glitching going on with my camera. I hope that's not a problem. So as you can see, I still have everything right where I left it at the end of the last video because I've been just staring at this essay and making slow progress on it. But it's finally starting to come together, and I need to take a break from staring at it because it's really hard on the eyes staring at a computer screen all day. So today I'm just gonna, there we go. I'm going to be sewing these blue strips onto the banner patchwork blocks that I'm working on. They're all in a log cabin pattern, fabric that I dyed myself. And so yeah, I'm just gonna go through and start sewing these. If you haven't met her before, this is my sewing machine. Her name is Gertrude. She's a 1924 Singer 99, and she is a hand crank machine, runs beautifully, makes a nice sound. Really a good investment considering that I didn't think I was gonna be doing this much patchwork for this project. I thought I was gonna be doing a couple of banners and that the patchwork was gonna kind of be secondary to my glass pieces, and now that I can't actually get into a studio and make my glass pieces, I am doing a lot more large-scale patchwork, a lot more intricate patchwork. But I've started designing some more things that I'm going to be making soon. I'm really excited about it, but have to finish this banner before I can move on. So I am going to start with that. And again, if you want to talk to me while I'm working, please feel free to leave a comment off to the side. I will answer those as I see them. I'm going to be on for probably about an hour this evening. As you can see, it's still quite bright in my apartment. Most of this light is coming in from outside, but when it starts getting dark, I'm probably going to stop and go make dinner and stuff. But I need to get these done because there's 34 of them. It takes a while to sew through anything. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to start sewing, and if anyone happens to pop up and say hello, hello! I'm just going to do one other thing before I do this. And that is, I need to go over to here, to here, and click this. And click that. There we go. That should work. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to be sewing these, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Got all of my computer stuff as situated as it's going to get. Again, I apologize if the camera is glitching in and out. It keeps flashing on my screen, so I don't know if it's doing that to you. If it is, I apologize. I don't know what's causing that or how to fix it. Hello! I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are. Okay, this particular piece of blue has just a beautiful pattern on it, so I have to share that with you. I love these hand-dyed fabrics. I'm very proud of them. It took forever to wash out the dye when I made them, but I love dyeing fabrics like this. They just make the patchwork so pretty. Like I said, 34 blocks, it takes a while to sew everything. And of course, as always, if y'all are enjoying this, please feel free to share this video with other people you know who might like it. And is it Elle? Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm really pleased with how these are coming out. They've got a mixture of bright and dark fabric in them. And I'm really pleased with it, especially because they're supposed to mimic the opaque and let's see if I go like this. The opaque and translucent colors in the glass that I made. That someday I will make glass faces with this, I promise. It's just not going to be anytime soon because all the studios that I normally work in are closed. But Do forgive me if I ever respond to y'all with the name that I'm trying to read when you're commenting and I can't pronounce it correctly. I can't always read them very well because they're kind of far away and the fonts can be weird on here. And my pronunciation skills at new words are not always the best. But thank you for hanging out with me. There's another one ready to go. I think of the fabrics that I've dyed, this blue fabric is probably, this dark blue is probably my favorite so far. It's just so pretty. As usual, I'm ending up having to move my pile of blocks over to the side. But I finally got the setup for you being able to see what I'm doing down so you can actually kind of see a little bit more of the sewing machine area. Oh, thank you for the little flower emojis. They're pretty. I just have to check something real quick because my phone over on the side just made the sound that says that, my mother is going to try and see if she can watch some of this. Well, okay then. And back to sewing. Ah, hello. I see there is a farmer watching me now. Hi, farmer. I hope you enjoy your break. I am sewing these that I pinned several days ago, but then got busy with my other stuff and was not able to work on them. I hope this is a good break time distraction for you. I am so glad that I have something to do to take a break from staring at my computer and working on my essay because, oh my goodness, I know it's due next week, but I'm very glad that I can take a break from it for a little bit. The first major project that I had due was actually due today, and I finished it last week. So it's already been turned in. I don't have to worry about it. I'm just enjoying the fact that I'm not having to do that unit anymore. Although as a side effect from that, if you go to www.katiesilverwings.com, you can see my website and pictures of my glass that are actually relatively decent and some pictures of me working and different things like that because I had to put my website together as part of that assignment I turned in. So if you are interested in what I do and want to see more than just me talking about it, I do have a website now. And I also have some exciting things in the works for that. Once I get this essay done and get my major project documentation done, I have a lot of additional pictures I'm going to be uploading and getting things together. And I have a few video clips I'm going to be editing together into nice little videos of what it looks like when I'm working. So stay tuned. Eventually that'll happen. It is a great way to refresh thoughts. I hope this is also refreshing for y'all to get to see something that's not the news, assuming you are watching this. Because I know the news is important, but other things also exist in the world. Like patchwork. Look at how nice that is. I'm getting close to the bottom of the stack. 34 blocks takes up a lot of space. The fun thing is, for some of the patchworky things that I'm going to be doing after I finish this banner, there's going to be a lot more blocks. Joy. Last one. All right, so now I just need to go through and clip all of these apart, and then I can press them. So again, there's 34 of them. So at every stage, I just have quite a bit to do, but go. So you can really see my nice, even 1/4 inch seam on this one. Also, I love the patterning on this blue fabric so much. Again, if anyone has anything they'd like me to talk about while I'm sitting here doing this, or any questions about my work or me or anything like that, do feel free to ask, and within reason, I will answer. And there we've got the whole pile. So I can set my little snips down and turn you around and press these open so we can see how they look. Sneak peek. All right, so just have to straighten this up and turn the computer around. So you can see it's still a pretty nice day out in Farnham, for which I am grateful. Just have to turn my iron on and start pressing these. As usual, I'm pressing away from the center of the block on these just to make sure that all the seams will lie down nice and flat when I sew over them. And here is the first one. You can really see how all of those colors line up between the dark and the light. I really like how these are turning out. So there's the first one. Let's see, can you see that okay there? Yeah. And there's the second one. It's got a nice sort of a storm cloud going on. Sorry, not sick, just sneezing because of allergies, and because I have to have the windows open for ventilation here, especially when I'm using the iron. It gets a bit toasty right in this corner. So forgive the sneezing. I'm not sick or anything, I promise. There's the front. And on this one, I'll show you all those nice pressed down seams in the back. Again, as always, questions, comments, leave them in the side, and I will respond to you when I see them. One day I will have some form of a webcam set up to be able to show you what all this looks like. From my perspective, at least. If anyone has suggestions on how I could accomplish that, please do let me know. I'm still very new to the whole filming and live streaming and such world. It's not something that I really have all that much experience or knowledge about. I just know I enjoy showing people what I'm up to. This one has just a tiny bit of purple in it. I don't know how well you can see that. I really like that color. I think that's got another nice, really storm cloudy look. So if you look when it's in front of the light, you can really see the seams shining through, and I love that kind of outline effect that gives. Also, I will apologize. Outside this window is pretty much one of the main roads through Farnham, so if you hear road noise, that's why. 34 blocks. Even pressing them takes forever. So what do you think? How do you like how these are coming together? I'm really happy with them. I'm also happy that I only have one more strip to put on these and then they're done. and ready for me to do the next thing that goes into this banner. Again, I hope that that glitchy thing is not actually happening to what you see, because it keeps happening with what I'm seeing, and I don't know what the relationship is between that. So my apologies if I'm twitching. Ah, I see I have a message on here from Rias, I think is how you say that. Hello. What do you think? They're getting close to done. I just have the one white strip to put on these, and then I'll be able to start the next thing, which is so exciting because this banner is coming together quite quickly, really, even though it's taken me forever because I keep having to work on other things instead. That one's probably my favorite piece of this blue fabric. It's just so nice. Thank you. I just saw your comment. Thank you. Last one. And there's that last one. This one is really dark, but it's got some nice motifs in it. All right, so now I'm going to turn my iron off for the moment and set these down here and get some white fabric out to make strips. Let's see, do I have any white strips left in? Let's see, small bit, big bit. All right, I have one little piece of white strip left, so I'm gonna set that over here with these, and I know I need to tear some more white strips. Luckily, I have a lot of white fabric left. It's a little wrinkly. There's the side I've been tearing off of. So I'm going to tear 3 strips of this. And yes, that's the side I've been tearing from. And for those of you who haven't been watching me before, I am tearing the strips rather than cutting them because it helps me to keep it right along this nice straight grain line, keeps the strips nice and straight, and makes it so that I don't have wobbly lines in my patchwork. That's just something, this is a fabric that will tear nice and straight along the grain line. It's a 100% cotton poplin, and I love working with it. And here's the first strip. So there's one. And there's the second one. And finally, last one. I suppose if I ever end up having to tear strips from bed sheets for bandages or anything, I'm well prepared for that. But this is going to go over back to the side where I keep all of my fabric off screen. And I'm going to press these. I'll set my ruler back up on the wall. And for my scissors, for the moment, back up on the wall. Because these are a little bit wrinkly, so I'm just going to press them real quick, get them nice and flat, and then I will be starting to pin them onto the blocks. And the iron goes back on. All right, there's the first one. Start to get the strings off the sides of it. Some of these strings. So as you can see, this fabric is very wide. It's pretty much, I have to go this way. It's pretty much right at my wingspan. I don't know what my wingspan is, but that's how long this fabric is. So there's the first white strip done. As you can see, tearing the strips and pressing them does leave me with a nice, even strip that is nice and straight. So, what is the cotton fabric? Okay, so this is a 100% cotton poplin that is white. All of my other fabrics that you're seeing me working with the colors on them started out as this fabric from the same yardage, actually, but were cut and were dyed. So yeah, it's a cotton poplin. It's just a nice lightweight woven fabric. I don't know how well it shows up on the screen. It just looks white. So it's just a straight grain woven fabric, nice and crisp, very easy to press, very easy to cut and sew, and it takes the dye very well. So I'm saying very a lot for one thing. I'm pleased with it, and it works really well for what I'm doing for this project, especially because it holds the pressing. And since I have a lot of the seams, so many strings. There we go. Since I have a lot of the seams so that they will be still visible when these are hanging, it's quite nice to have something that stays pressed so that I don't have to worry about my seams unraveling or getting all over the place. And they actually look quite nice from the back. And I will say I grew up on a farm in Texas that grew cotton, so I am quite partial to the plant as a fabric, especially when it comes to quilting. It sews well. It doesn't crawl around like some of the other fabrics I tried for this project did. My sewing machine does not like thick fabrics, and silk does not like being sewn on a machine. All right, and there's the last one. So now I'm going to get these pinned into place. I'm going to start with my little bit of strip that's left over from the last time I used white on this project. Turn that around this way. And the white strip is going to go right across the top of this other white strip. Ah, hi Sari. There's 34 of these. You thought I would forget. There's my pins. See, I finally got all the big pins sorted out from these, so I'm very happy with that. And of course my scissors. All right, and there's my little bit of off-cut fabric that'll go back in there. And as you can see, white strip goes right on there, and there are the 2 pins. So I'm going to just go through and pin all of these. Pinning, it takes an age, but it is so worth it because it means I can get all my seams nice and straight. Big pin. I missed one. Is that your internet or my internet that's being slow? Because that might very well be both. Again, I apologize for the lack of quality in this live stream if there is video quality issues. I'm still very new at this, and I do not really know how a lot of it works, and I haven't had time to research it so I can make it better yet. Such things are coming. But I do live in an old building, and the internet connection here is somewhat iffy at times. Not as bad as what we had out in the farm when I was growing up, but still annoying at times. So there's another one. And this is why I tore many strips. Yeah, it's fine. We can all live with this. What's a slow internet connection between friends? Okay, so it must be Dad's connection that's problematic. Yeah, which makes sense. A window in a box. Yeah, I can kind of see that. And another little bit. And one more strip. Again, 34 blocks. It takes forever to get through any one stage of this process. And I know some of my soon-to-come designs will have even more of them. I think I may have to make another white strip. Yep, I'm going to have to because I've got 4 more of these and maybe 1 more's worth of white fabric here, so that's going to be nice. Should have cut 4 strips. So, put that away. Look through my scrap bin real quick just to see if I've got any more short white strip pieces that might work. And it looks like, nope. Okay, so I am going to have to tear off another white strip and press it. Luckily, I still have plenty of white. prepare for ripping sound. Ta-da! Sarah, you ask if it tears perfectly. With this particular fabric, yes, it actually does. It's a straight grain woven fabric, and because it's cotton, so when I tear the strips, they go straight down along the strings, so I can get nice, equally widthed strips. So it's very convenient for what I'm doing, where I'm using a lot of strips, and I may even use this in conjunction with some of my rotary cutter stuff when I get onto the next things, because it does make getting the nice even strip that's the same width all the way down much easier than having to line it up and cut it and trim it and all of that, and have pieces that have little bits here and there that aren't quite straight. Yeah, it's a really cool thing to play with. I actually found that technique in an old book about this kind of quilts that I have. So there's my strip. Iron's back off. And for doing stuff like this where it's mostly strips, it's very convenient. And it is one of the reasons I love this fabric, because it tears so neatly. It works best with fabrics that aren't printed. So if it's a cotton print, like this stuff that's up on my wall, the print kind of holds onto the strings so they don't move. They don't really tear straight down as much. So it's mainly something I can only use with the fabric that I've dyed myself that doesn't have any printing on it. But yeah. And yes, books are valuable. I absolutely love books. I have way too many books in my house, most by some people's standards. There's that one. But I have a whole shelf that on my little bookcase that you see over to the side when I'm sewing that is nothing but quilting and patchwork books. Sounds amazing. Yeah. Again, if I'm ever allowed to have people visit my house again, or to leave my house and for extended periods of time and stuff, I will introduce you to my books and things. But I've kind of been, since I started this project, been building up a little library of old patchwork books. So anytime I go into the Oxfam or any of the other bookstores or used bookstores in different places in town, if I find an old patchwork book that I can actually afford, I will get it and add it to my little squirrel stash. But yeah, so many books from the library. I have about that wide a section of library books as well. But since they're not making us turn those in until September now, that is a little bit less pressing. And there's my last one. I'll show this one up close to y'all again so you can see how pretty the fabric is. I love these fabrics that I've dyed so much. Now, I have to say, I miss being able to go to the library so much. And you're welcome. I do enjoy talking about cloth and stuff to people. It's something I just happen to love. But yeah, I miss being able to go to the library and sit and work there and be around other people who are studying, and just be able to walk up and find new and interesting books. And, you know, I have some friends that I just kind of randomly find in the library on a regular basis. So it's, and UCA Farnham has a really nice library. So yes, I miss running into you in the library. It was always just oh, hey, a small distraction that is pleasing. And usually ended up being helpful for both of us. So I've got all of them pressed and pinned. And I am probably going to stop here for the night, though, because I need to get dinner and it's starting to get late. But I will show you my nice little stack again. I really like how the blocks looked when they're all set up and ready for sewing. And I will leave all of you with my earnest wish that you all have a good rest of the day, that whatever you're dealing with right now gets easier for you, or that you get the strength to go forward it and with it, and that we will all be able one day to get back to collaborating and meeting up in libraries and interacting with each other outside of the internet. But in any case, whatever you're working on, whatever's going on, you can deal with it. It's just maybe hard for a while. And I'm saying that to myself as much as to you, because I really do not like having to work on this particular essay, even though I enjoy writing stuff. It's just, it feels like busy work anymore with my 2 projects that I'm trying to get done. But I will be graduating soon, and then I can just work on my own projects, and maybe I won't have as much writer's block then. But anyway, I will talk to y'all tomorrow, or possibly sooner for those of you that I send messages to back and forth in real life and things like that. Bye, everybody. Have a nice evening or morning or whatever time of day it is wherever you are. I know I've got people all over the place. And yeah, follow this page if you like seeing these videos. I don't know. I'm not good at the whole internet stuff. Anyway, bye.